Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today we are going to be doing a bit of a March book haul and a little tiny bit of April. I didn't do very much book shopping in March. I did talk about these ones already. These are the ones that I got while I was in New York City with Jen from Pages in Chaos. So I'm not going to talk about these ones now. Yes, I've already talked about those in my New York City vlog adventure, one of the weekends in March. But I do have a handful of books. Mostly were sent to me, but I wanted to film this separately because I just did a big book shopping extravaganza in North Carolina with Jen from Bookish Blonde. I guess it was time for me to hang out with all the Jens in the last couple of weeks, but I did a big book haul at the end of that shopping day. And then at the end of April is Independent Bookstore Day, where I will be going to a lot of independent bookstores around my area, and I will have a book haul from that day as well. So I just wanted to get these ones cleared up and added to my shelves and added to my Goodreads so that I have a clean slate as we move further on into April. So let's just jump right into it. I had two books that came in a book box from Between the Bookends, which I just absolutely love. This book service run by a teenage girl and her mom. I just think it's a fabulous subscription service, especially for young people. So the books that came in my box in March were The Ambrose Deception by Emily Ecton and The Jules Verne Prophecy by Larry Schwartz and Iva Marie Palmer. Both of these have a urban scavenger hunt kind of a feel to them. They just both sound like so much fun. Thank you again, Jillian, for sending me a Between the Bookends box to share with everybody. I will have it linked down below if it sounds like something that would be fun for you or a loved one in your life. I'm pretty sure I talked about these in a vlog as well. Yes, because I still need to read one of these. Sarah Allen, the author of some middle grade books, sent me one of each of her books, which is just so amazing. And I did ask in the comments which book you would want me to read, and I just didn't get to it in March. March flew by. Oh my word. I read a lot of books, but I just didn't get to one of these, and I'll let you know which one won. Well, I'll show you that one first. What Stars Are Made Of by Sarah Allen. This is the one that got the most votes. So I will be keeping this on my April TBR and hopefully getting to it later this month. I'm giving myself a little middle grade break right now, but I would like to read this soon so I can share with you Sarah Allen and her writing and what did I think about this book. So she sent me What Stars Are Made Of, Breathing Underwater, The Nightmare House, and Monster Tree. And I did talk about these already in a vlog in March, but just wanted to include them again because I still need to add them to Goodreads and my shelves and all that jazz. I had another author send me a book and it just looks like so much fun, especially for people who love animals. I'm not a huge animal person, but I'm just mostly not a pet person. I do like zoo animals. I love going to the zoo. This is part of the realm of Randimals, and this is called The Furry Book of Nonsense by James Upsilon, and he did send me this to read and review, so I will keep this on my gifted shelf so that I get to it this year, because that is the goal. Everything that gets sent to me this year, I would like to read it. This is just a quirky, funny novel. It was a dark and funky night. When a hungry beaver sneaks into the library in search of a midnight snack, he doesn't expect to be checked out as a library book, but that's exactly what happens when Maggie, a schoolgirl with a deep hunger for excitement and the strength of a 10-ton gorilla, decides that he will make the perfect addition to her book report. So it just sounds like it's going to be quirky and fun and a delight to read. Then I have two books that were sent to me by some of you lovely friends. So Carrie sent me this book, which I had never heard of before, The Flower Sisters by Michelle Collins Anderson, drawing on the little known true story of one tragic night at the Ozarks Dance Hall in 1928. So fun that it's written in the 20s. This beautifully written novel told through interwoven narratives generations apart is a page-turning tale of loss, love, and reinvention. Very cool. At birth, Violet and Rose flowers were identical, save for a teeny bluish-purple mark gracing Violet's slender neck. By 19, their temperaments distinguished them, as different as the flowers their mother named them for. Violet, wild and outgoing, and Rose, solitary and reserved. Still, they are each other's world. Then, on a sweltering, terrible August night in 1928, an explosion rocks the dance hall in Possum Flats, Missouri, engulfing it in flames, leaving one twin among the dozens dead, and her sister's life forever changed. Oh my gosh, that sounds really sad. 15 years later, Daisy Flowers is dumped on her grandmother Rose's doorstep for the summer. A bright, inquisitive 15-year-old, Daisy bargains her way into an internship at the local newspaper where she learns of the mysterious long-ago tragedy and its connection to her family. Rose, now the local funeral home director, grows increasingly alarmed as her impulsive granddaughter delves into Possum Flat's history, determined to uncover the horrors and heroes of the fiery blast. So it's historical in that it takes place in the 1920s around this dance hall fire, but it's really a family story, I think, about the Flowers sisters originally, and then this granddaughter who comes to visit and starts learning the secrets of the past. I'm here for it. It sounds like a wonderful read for the spring. Flowers, historical. I'm totally in for that. Thank you so much, Carrie, for sending that to me. And then Sarah and her kiddos, Rylan and Ella. Y'all, they sent me Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man by Jessie Q. Sutanto. What a fun surprise this was when I came home from work the other day. I really, really loved the first Vera Wong book, and I'm so excited to read the second one. I have very high hopes and expectations that it's going to be just as humorous. We're going to follow Vera Wong. She's going to get herself involved in another murder mystery. She's getting a little bit bored, and so she starts talking to a distressed young woman who's obviously in need of her kindly guidance. Obviously. The young woman is looking for a missing friend. And then fortunately, while cat-sitting at Tilly and Selena's, Vera finds a treasure trove, Selena's briefcase. She goes snooping. She finds a file about the death of an influencer who also happens to be the friend that the young woman was looking for. So Vera gets herself into some situations again as she seeks to solve this murder. Whether or not she does it well, we have yet to see. But I think it's going to be funny and heartwarming, and I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Sarah, Rylan, and Ella, for sending me this. This was a surprise, a delightful surprise at my door the other day. Yay! Hi friends, Editing Krista popping in to say that I'm glad that this video took me a few days to get edited and ready to upload because I got another book in the mail. Oh my word. Sarah, Rylan, and Ella also sent me The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. This is the third book in the Molly the Maid mystery series. I am so very excited to have this and be able to continue this series. I really enjoyed the first and second book. I didn't love the Christmas one quite as much, but I really loved the first and second one. I love Molly. I love the found family that develops in these stories. And now I have the third one, so I can jump right in and continue this series. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Sarah, Rylan, and Ella. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for sending me this. Finally, I have 2 Book of the Month boxes. I have my March box and my April box because I never opened either of them. So in March, I probably honestly would have skipped, except that March was the month that you could pick one of their Book of the Year winners. And I wanted one of those. So I went ahead and picked from March's options. I picked Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. This is the same author who wrote Once There Were Wolves, which I did read last year. This one takes place on Antarctica. And so I think that's cool in itself. There's going to be a bit of a mystery, a novel of breathtaking twists, dizzying beauty, and ferocious love. Wild Dark Shore is about the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love, even as the world around us disappears. So yeah, there's a bit of a mystery with these people who are on Antarctica. So I guess it sounds good. I didn't love Once There Were Wolves, but I didn't really dislike it either. It was just okay for me. But that one sounds like it could be really fun. We'll see. The Book of the Year book that I wanted to get was The Lion Women of Tehran by Marjan Kamali. I didn't pick this up. I think I skipped the month that it had originally come out. It doesn't say. Oh, look at this. It's a finalist and it has that on there. The Lolly 2024 finalist. How cool is that? That's really cool. This is a historical fiction set in Iraq, and I've heard really good things about it. And I don't think I realized when it first came out that it's by the same author as The Stationery Shop, which I did read and liked for the most part. I didn't love all of it, but I did enjoy it. This is Iran, not Iraq. Together, the 2 young women come of age and pursue their goals for meaningful futures, political turmoil, a sweeping exploration of how profoundly we are shaped by those we meet when we are young and the way love and courage transform our lives. I just heard really, really good things about it. And it was one of the finalists, so I know people really liked it. And I liked the stationery shop, so I'm going to give another book by her a chance. And then I threw another book into my March box on a whim, kind of. I had credits, so I'm like, let me use up those credits. So I did, and I picked up this book, and I don't know, this was probably an impulse buy. Heartless Hunter, also known as The Crimson Moth in other countries, I think. This is going to be a fantasy. I've heard so many people love it. I don't know if it's a Krista book or not. I don't know. It's by Kristen Ciccarelli. Enemies to lovers. A witch and a witch hunter falling in love. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Gideon loathes the decadence and superficiality Rune represents, but when he learns the Crimson Moth has been using his ships to smuggle renegade witches out of the Republic, he inserts himself into her social circles by pretending to court her. He soon realizes that beneath her beauty and shallow facade is someone fiercely intelligent and tender who feels like his perfect match. Except, what if she's the very villain he's been hunting? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, guys. It was kind of an impulse. But now it's on my shelves. I don't know. And then for April, this is April's box. I'm all out of credits. So, but I did pay for one of these. Oh yeah, and I get bookmarks too, but I usually end up throwing these away, to be honest, because I have so many bookmarks. I'll hold your spot. It says book of the month. Cute. So the book that I chose from April's choices is by Elka Joshi, 6 Days in Bombay. I like books that take place in the Middle East. So I feel like, I mean, this is India, more Asia than Middle East, but sort of that part of the world. The sweeping novel of identity and self-discovery takes readers from 1937 Bombay to Prague, Florence, Paris, and London to uncover the mystery behind a famous painter's death. Cool. I didn't know that it was about art. I think I might have when I first picked it, but I forgot. In her first standalone novel since The Henna Artist, Elka Joshi uses the life of painter Amrita Sher Gill, the Frida Kahlo of India, as inspiration for the story's beginning to explore how far we'll travel to determine where we truly belong. So cool. I like books that talk about art. I'm not at all artistic, but I do enjoy that in books. And it's set in India, which I think is very cool. I have 2 other books by Elka Joshi on my shelf now. This makes the 3rd. I need to give her a try before I buy any others. And then my Patreon pick for the month of April is this one, Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. So this is going straight up onto my April pile of books, which is right up here, because I will be reading this in April. Broken Country. This has been all over lately. I had never heard of it until it was recommended to me for my Patreon pick. And then I started hearing about it all over the place. So I don't even know what this is about. Let's learn together, okay? The farmer is dead, he's dead, and all anyone wants to know is who killed him. That's like the little quote at the top here. Beth and her gentle, kind husband, Frank, are happily married, though their relationship relies on the past staying buried. Okay? But when Beth's brother-in-law shoots a dog, shoots a dog going after their sheep. Okay, so those of you who struggle with animal cruelty, I guess, probably not the best choice. Beth doesn't realize that the gunshot will alter the course of their lives. The dog belonged to none other than Gabriel Wolf, the man Beth loved as a teenager, the man who broke her heart years ago. Gabriel has returned to the village with his young son, Leo, a boy who reminds Beth very much of her own son, who died a few years earlier in a tragic accident. As Beth is pulled back into Gabriel's life, oh no, she's pulled back into his life, but she has a gentle, kind husband, Frank. They're happily married. Are we going to deal with adultery in this one? Boo. I know somebody did warn me about that in the comments. As Beth is pulled back into Gabriel's life, tensions around the village rise and dangerous secrets and latent jealousies from the past resurface, this time with deadly consequences. Deadly consequences. Yikes. Beth is forced to choose between the woman she once was and the woman she has become. A sweeping love story with the pace and twists of a thriller, Broken Country is a novel of simmering passion, impossible choices, and explosive consequences that toggles between the past and present to explore the far-reaching legacy of first love. Okay, I'm wary. I'm wary of this one. I didn't realize that that was going to be a big part of it until after I had already ordered it. So we'll see. I mean, I'm going to give it a try. I know people are really loving it. The person who recommended it to me, they loved it. I remember them loving it. So we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Because it's going on my April TBR. I'm at least going to give it a try. So that is all of the books that I have brought into my home or been gifted in the month of March. I do have a link for Book of the Month down below if you're interested in giving it a try. It's great because you get to pick your own books, and if you don't like any of them, you could skip, which I often do. And thank you so much to the authors and friends who sent me books this month. What a delight and a treat, and how humbling. I'm so thankful for you. And I'm looking forward to reading these books. Please let me know if you've read any of these, what you think of them. I have some random ones in here this time around, but I'm excited about them for the most part. All right, that's going to be it for me today. I look forward to talking with you down in the comments. If you don't really have anything to say, but you wanted to let me know that you are here, put a little smiley, pick a smiley that's your favorite and put it in the comments. And that just lets me know that you are here watching, but don't really have anything to say. And that's totally fine. I appreciate you all so much for being here, for being a part of this little community. I'm so thankful for you. And I look forward to chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye.